Hi, I'm Lorraine. Welcome to the District Yoga. Today's practice, we're going to focus on lengthening through the side body. We're going to start in a child's pose. So go ahead and make your way into a tabletop position first. So all fours. And then let the feet come to touch behind you. Let the knees open as wide as feels right. And then slowly start to shift the butt back towards the heels. Slowly start to allow the head to come down and onto the mat. If you'd like a block in this practice and you have one nearby, you might want it. But you absolutely don't need it in this practice. I'm going to have it just in case I need it. Once you arrive in child's pose, go ahead and just settle in. Just take some time to navigate your way onto your mat, to settle in to this practice, and ultimately to give yourself some space. Space to step away from whatever you just came from. Whether you're doing this early in the morning, midday, or even at the end of your day. Just see if you can let everything just fall by the wayside. See if you can allow this inward focus to start to just become more apparent. Maybe channeling and focusing in on the breath. From here, we're going to add a little bit right away to the side body. So nothing too intense. Just go ahead and, if not already, reach your arms forward. Start to create a little activation through the arms. So lengthen up, and then the elbows just start to lift off the mat. So hands stay low, elbows stay, forehead still on the mat. Go ahead and take a huge breath in through the nose. Let that release. And then when you're ready, crawl the hands over towards the right side of your space. Just go ahead and let the hands crawl as far as feels right for you today, allowing that left side body to find some space here, a little space through the ribs. Just go ahead and breathe into that. Staying here and just breathing and checking in. Lower body really staying how it was. It's just the upper body that crawled over towards the right, most likely off of your mat, but for some of us, maybe not. And we just lengthen through that left side body. We're just getting a little touch of what we're going to get into today. Take your last couple breaths, staying here, breathing here. Find that last bit of reach towards the right. Lengthen maybe just a little bit more, reaching with that left hand. And then once you're ready, just crawl back through center. We're just going to switch sides. So when you're ready, just crawl over towards the left. Again, a little activation through the arms as your elbows stay lifted here. And we lengthen now through the right side of our side body. We breathe into those side ribs. We allow the right lung to get a little larger. And we just stay here. Giving ourselves, again, the space to just be where we are. You don't have to be as deep as you were on the other side. In fact, both sides are probably not going to be like each other. You might have a little more depth on one than the other. That's okay. Just be there with that. Last few moments, long deep breaths. Again, maybe feeling this all the way up through that armpit area through the right side, activating and reaching long through that right hand, fingers spreading wide. Take one more big inhale. Breathe it out. When you're ready, crawl back towards center, back to child's pose. Let the elbows fall back down onto the mat, fingers spreading wide. Go ahead and shift forward to a tabletop position once you're ready. And staying with that lengthening of the side body, we're just going to wiggle our hips. So start to just create a little movement through that lower body, through the hips. And notice that we're adding the side body with this movement. And we're just going to breathe here a couple moments. Just sway the hips side to side, toggling back and forth. And just giving a little bit of movement, a little circulation to our lower body now. Once you're done with those, come back to a long neutral spine. We're going to take a couple cat-cows. So once you're ready, just drop the belly down. Send the gaze up. Let the collarbone spread. Stay here for 3 breaths. Really spreading through the fingers, pressing through the hands. So long and lengthened arms. Crown of the head reaching up. Doesn't matter how low your belly gets. You're just creating this nice curvature of the spine. Again, even a little length to the side body here. One last inhale. On your exhale, slowly start to round through the back, pressing that floor away. You start to feel the scapula spread apart as you tuck your chin, and a little bit of engagement in the belly here. As you press through the hands, you lift the back body, and you breathe. Just a few moments, a few breaths. Once you're ready, take one last full breath in, push that floor away. Drop the belly on an inhale. Let's pick up that pace. Cat, cows, one breath, one movement. Breathe it out, round through the back. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, dome and round through that back. Find 2 more rounds at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale that out. Last one. Big breath in. Exhale, dome and round. Once you're done with those, come back to a long neutral spine. We're just going to step the feet back, come into an upper push-up position, a plank pose. In fact, if you needed to drop the knees or keep the knees dropped down, you absolutely could. Always the ability to modify in this practice. Take a huge breath in as you press that floor away. On your next inhale, shift to the tippy toes if you're in that plank, and then lower all the way down to the belly. Unravel the toes, hands stay under the shoulders. Let's find our first back bend. A cobra as you inhale, elbows squeeze in, shoulders draw down and away from the ears. Crown of the head reaches. Stay here for 3. Doesn't matter how high you get for 2. Last one, big inhale. And then come back to your belly. We're going to come through tabletop position, knowing that this is always a possibility for your vinyasa. You could come through table and then go ahead and tuck the toes underneath. Start to lift the hips. Come into your first downward facing dog. And then just pedal it out. Feel this shape. Creating what we call downward facing dog, or really just an upside down V shape with our body. Spreading through those fingers, maybe lifting up onto the tippy toes and then dropping back the heels. Maybe pedaling one feet, that just means bend one, straighten the other. Maybe even shake the head out. Feel the lengthening of that spine. Pressing firm through those hands. Length through the arms, length through the side body here. So feel that expansion, a little space through the side ribs. Breathe into those lungs. Beautiful. Stay and breathe. Last couple breaths. If you want to find a little stillness, you absolutely can. Yes. We're going to get into our first warm-up series. We're going to take that first round really slow. So no rush, no need to get any place right away. If you're with me, go ahead and press that chest back. We're going to slowly step up to the top of our mat, finding ourselves in a standing forward fold. I like to bring my feet wide, maybe a little bend through the knees. First one today, just hang super heavy for 3. Beautiful for 2. Last big inhale. Stay there, breathe out. Beautiful. If you don't have a bend in your knees already, start to just slowly ragdoll your way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Crown of the head's going to come up last. Shoulders are going to draw down and back. And then once you're ready, reach the arms up towards the sky on an inhale. I'm going to go ahead and face you. With the arms reaching up, let's go ahead and interlace the fingers and then bend at the elbows, bringing the hands behind the head. So now the elbows are facing outward towards the side of your mat, each one reaching, and then just stay here a couple moments. Feel the expansion through the chest. Feel the rooting down through the feet, a little engagement through the core center, a little slight tuck of that tailbone so that we're not dumping into that low back. And then again, feel this in the front body. Feel the collarbone spread. The elbows don't have to be completely at 90. That's okay if there's just a little angle. Just find your own degree. Last couple breaths like this. We're going to keep the hands behind the head. Take one more inhale to open and expand. On the exhale, we're just going to start to tuck the chin and start to squeeze the elbows in as we round a little bit through that upper body, upper head and neck. So if you need to look forward, you absolutely could. Elbows are squeezing in as if you're closing in your arms around your head. And then we're just going to breathe here. Feel this stretch. Feel this lengthening through the back of the head and neck. So not only do we think of our side bodies through our core, we do have side bodies all along our body, right? We're not just a completely flat. We are a 3-dimensional element, physical space, physical thing. So we have our front and we have our back, and then we have both of our sides, left and right. Our lateral side body. And we're just going to get into all places of the lateral side body. Again, head and neck, the belly for sure, even the adductors a little bit. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, we're not yanking the head here. We're just gently adding some pressure. On your next inhale, let's slowly just open the elbows back up. We're coming back to that expansion through the chest. Massive inhale. Come back to that rounding and tucking of the chin, elbows squeezing in as you exhale. One more like that. On an inhale, open up, expand. Exhale, round and bring those elbows towards each other. On your inhale, open up. So you're going to stay here. We're going to add a little bit for the side ribs here. So elbows stay as they are. We're just going to drop the right elbow over towards the right. And again, length through that left side body, rooted through the feet. Breath is still steady. Stay with me again. First round, super slow, no rush. Just breathe where you are. Yes, feel that here. Last couple. Take one more inhale. Stay there as you exhale. On your next breath in, come back towards center, elbows still out. Go ahead and drop over towards the left, so elbow drops low, and we find that space through the right side body here. Stay rooted through the feet. Stay breathing in and out of that nose. Yes, first round, just super slow, no rush. We'll pick up the pace, I promise. If you're with me, go ahead and reach the arms up as your crown of the head comes back up as well. Inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Hinge at those hips. Dive in, maybe bent knees. On the inhale, find your first half flat back. Lots of length, maybe hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold, dive back in. Let's get 2 more like that. On an inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold back into those legs. Feel the hamstring stretch. Inhale, find your half lift. Last one. Exhale, dive back in. This one, half flat back on an inhale. On the exhale, plant the hands. Step back to that upper push-up plank pose. Been here before. This time, lower right away on the out breath. On your inhale, find your cobra, your back bend. And then exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. Again, that could be through table, that could be through plank, and you just lift your hips up and back as we find downward facing dog again. Breathe here. So we're going to pick up the pace, finding our warm-up A. We're going to take it one breath, one movement. So just follow along. We're going to get a couple rounds, let's say 3 rounds of our warm-up A. On the inhale, stay here. On the exhale, stay. Inhale, maybe gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat, fold. Half flat back, inhale. Exhale, forward dive back into those legs. Inhale, let's stand up, reach up tall. Go ahead and interlace the hands, elbows open wide, open and expand. And then exhale, round and tuck the chin, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, we're going to open, and on the exhale, right elbow drops towards the right. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale to the left, drop that elbow. Inhale, center, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, dive in. Half flat back, find length. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, jump back, lower slow. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Breathe it out, steady and strong. One breath, one movement. Let's keep it flowing. Press it back. Step, hop or float it, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach up tall. Interlace those hands, elbows splay out. Exhale, round and tuck the chin, elbows squeeze. Inhale to open. Right elbow drops to the right. Inhale, center. Left elbow drops. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward dive into those legs. Halfway up. Hands to your mat, your vinyasa, lower down slow through that chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Come back in. Let's get one more round. One breath, one movement. Press the heart back. Step or hop it, forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway up. Fold it in. Inhale, reach up. Interlace those hands, elbows splay out. And then round through the back, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, open. Drop the right elbow. Inhale to center. Drop the left elbow. Inhale, center, arms reach up. Exhale, dive back in. Half flat back. Hands to your mat, your vinyasa through chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend, heart shines. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back, breathe here, stay here. Feel the breath. Feel the body getting a bit warmer. So we'll say that sun salutation A is behind us now. We're going to move on into our second warm-up series. And a little bit different, but pretty traditional. Right leg's going to lift up on an inhale. So find your 3-leg down dog. Doesn't matter how high that right leg goes. Shoulders stay square, fingers stay pressing. That left foot pressing that heel into the mat still. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, the right knee's going to come to the right elbow. Feel that core engage. Feel the side body work to bring that knee there. Inhale that right leg back up. Exhale, step that right foot through. Stay on the ball of the back toes. Once you're ready, come into crescent lunge. Root to rise. Stay lifted through the upper body. And then feel the legs. Arms are going to rise up. Arms are going to reach up. Crescent. And you stay. So feel this in your body. Front leg nice and bent into that maybe 90-degree angle. Doesn't have to be. Back leg super active. Hips square towards the front. Arms reaching. Breath steady. Stay here. Breathe here. This is going to be our pose. Our starting pose really in our second warm-up B.
On the inhale, reach up, lengthen up. Hands to your mat. Step the right foot back, plank, and lower through vinyasa. Inhale, find your cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Come back in, reset. Yes. So what we do to the right, we're going to do it on the left, right? Left leg's going to lift up. Find 3-leg dog first. Stay and breathe here. Beautiful. Finding your dog, squaring those shoulders, lifting that left leg. On the inhale, lengthen a little more. Exhale, knee towards that left elbow. Touch that tricep. Maybe you're just reaching for it. Use your core. Press the floor away. Inhale that left leg long. Exhale, step it through. Ball of the back toes. Once you're ready, root to rise. Find crescent lunge on the other side. Whew. Strong through that low body. Light and lifted through the upper body. Feel the sides of your body get long as you reach up through those arms. Fingertips sending energy towards the sky. Yes. Maybe sink a little lower into that front left leg. Last couple breaths. Last couple movements here. On your inhale, reach up a little taller. Hands to your mat. Step the foot back. Find a vinyasa. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. You breathe as you find your way. Stay here a couple breaths. We're going to get the chair at the back of this warm-up. Usually it's at the front. So press the chest back, and I don't mean the back of your mat, just at the back of the flow. Step or hop it, top of the mat. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, fold in. Bend the knees to 90. Come into your chair pose. Again, it's a little bit different when you do it after the lifting of the legs and the 2 vinyasas. You're going to breathe. Settle into your chair, just a couple breaths, building some heat, shoulders down and away from the ears. Even here, feel the length through the sides of the legs, the length through the sides of the ribs, the arms reaching, breath steady. One more inhale, sink a little lower. Exhale, forward fold, dive out. Whew. Half flat back. Hands to your mat, step or hop it, find a vinyasa. You could do chaturanga, cobras, or up dogs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back in, breathe here. Yes. Find a little movement in your dog. Just stay here a couple breaths before we start to flow that. That will be our flow. Warm up B. We're going to take it one breath, one movement, a vinyasa style flow as we connect our breath with the physical aspect of this practice. Staying present, staying aware. On your next inhale, right leg lifts up. Knee to right elbow touch. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step it through. Reach up for your crescent lunge. Massive breath. Hands to your mat right away. Lower through your vinyasa. Go. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Left side lifts. Knee to left elbow. Inhale it up. Step it through. Inhale, I come to crescent. Exhale, hands low. Lower down. Same out breath. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Remember, chair at the back. Press the heart back. Step or hop it, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, dive in. Chair pose, big breath in. Forward fold, dive it out. Inhale, halfway. Hands to your mat, step or hop it, feeling that heat that you're creating as we just move our bodies through space. Let's keep the breath flowing. 2 more rounds. Right leg lifts. Knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. Step it through. Inhale, crescent rise. Hands to your mat. Vinyasa, you wash it out. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Yes, left leg lifts up. Knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift. Step it through. Getting warm. Inhale for crescent. Hands to your mat. Vinyasa. Lower down. Heart's gonna shine. Downward facing dog. Hips lift up. Press the heart back. Step or hop it. Top of the mat. Half lift. Fold in. Chair pose. Inhale. Forward fold. Dive out. Halfway up. Hands to your mat. You could skip a vinyasa if you ever needed to. Downward facing dog. Yes, last round for these. Right leg draws long. Knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift it. Step it through. Inhale, I grow tall, reaching. Hands to the mat. Vinyasa, lowering. Inhale. Down dog. Yes, you can. Left side sweeps up. Knee to left elbow. Inhale, use your core. Step it through. Inhale, I rise. Hands to your mat. Wash all of that out. Lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. One last chair. Press it back. Top of your mat. Fold. Half lift. Bow in. Chair pose. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway up to your mat. Find your vinyasa. Lower slow. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Come back and stay here. Down dog. Breathe it steady. In fact, let's crawl our hands towards the back of our space, the back of our mat. Find yourself in a standing forward fold. Just let yourself hang. Super heavy, maybe even sway side to side. Maybe a bend in the knees. Just catching back up with a breath. Maybe even taking some time to just notice. Notice the heat, the energy that you've created. Moving our bodies through space. Breathe here. If you want a little bit for the sides of your body, you might want to just crawl the hands over towards the right. Maybe even for the right side of that right leg. But also through that left side body again. Breathe here. Just for 3. Last 2. If you did crawl towards the right, come back through the midline and then crawl over as slow as you need towards the left. Again, you could have bends in the knees. Doesn't matter. Do what feels right in your body. And breathe. Beautiful. Last full reach. Come back towards center. Just hang here a couple more breaths. Feel the hamstring stretch. When you're ready, we're just going to crawl back out to a downward facing dog. And again, if you needed to pause the video or anything like that, you absolutely could. If you're with me, we're going to go ahead and reach that right leg back up. Inhale. Knee to right elbow again. Touch and tap. Inhale, lift it up long. Step the foot through just like before. Ball of the back toes. Come into crescent lunge. As you root down through that right foot, you lift up through the arms. We're going to add on here. So if you're with me, reach up a little taller. Drop the right hand down by the side body and lean over towards the right side of your space, towards the right side of your mat. Really rooting down through that right foot, all 4 corners. Left arm reaching up and overhead. Feel this left side ribs. Find some more space. Check in. First round. We'll take it a little slower. Take your last couple breaths here. The next pose, the next transition really is going to be a big one. So stay rooted here, stay breathing. We're going to come all the way to a reverse warrior. So listen up if you don't know what that is or if you want to follow my cues. We're going to lead with the left hand. So think about that top arm reaching. And then so lead with that left hand forward. Spin the back foot flat. Heel toe that right foot towards the center of your mat, and then right arm's going to lift up and back. Left hand drops low, and we made our way to reversed warrior. Breathe here. Sink into that front knee. Hips now open towards the side of your space. Breath steady, legs strong. This time we find a counter stretch, so we were just on the left side, and now we're on the right. We're going to play with that a little bit in this next series, this next sequence. Just a couple shapes. Take one more full reach here. Right elbow, right knee. Left arm up towards the sky first. I just want you to feel this in the legs. So feel the root through the legs. Feel the strength, the stability there. And then once you've got all that, top arm's going to reach all the way up and overhead. We're coming back towards the left side ribs. Yes. Not sinking into that right shoulder. Make sure that ear is nowhere near it. Press that elbow into the knee. Keep that top arm reaching, breath flowing. Let's give this 3 more breaths. And really, those will be our 3 shapes for this next flow. On the inhale, reach up a little longer. Exhale, plant that left hand down, plant the right hand down, ball of the back toes, just step back, plank, lower slow. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. Reset as you come back in and get ready for the other side. On the inhale, left leg draws long. Knee to left elbow touch. Inhale, draw it back up. Just like before, step through, ball of the back toes, come into crescent lunge on the left side. Stay with the legs. We're going to add the upper body, add that side stretch. Left hand drops to the side, and the right arm reaches up and overhead. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Find that stretch, that space through the right side ribs. Keep pressing through all 4 corners of that left foot. Keep breathing. Beautiful. If you're with me, remember that big transition. We're going to lead with the right hand this time. So right arm forward. As you do, flip it back. Back foot dials flat. Front heel toes in to dissect the back edge or back middle of that foot. Arms wide, and our feet, our hips are now open towards the side of your space. Breath strong. Breath steady. Stay with me. Yes, last couple moments. Oh, we're in reverse warrior. Forgot to go there. Left arm up and back. Remember, we're getting that counter stretch. I went to warrior 2. That's that transition tricking me out right there. It will be quicker, so I promise it'll flow. Left arm reaching up and overhead. Just one more reach. Left elbow, left knee. Come to side angle first, top arm reaching up first, steady in the legs. If you need to adjust the back foot, you could. And then once you're ready there, find the stability to reach the arm forward. Top arm reaches, extending through that right leg all the way through the right fingers. Just a couple breaths. Again, just a few shapes, although big transitions in between the shapes. So transitions just as important. Take one more full reach on an inhale. Hands low to the mat. Step back to plank. Lower slow. Inhale, shine the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So we're going to take all that one breath, one movement. Again, it's really 3 shapes. We'll flow a couple rounds and then we might add on to it. If you're with me, right leg's going to lift up. Knee to right elbow, touch. Inhale, reach it. Step it through. Inhale for crescent, listen up, right hand drops, lean towards the right. Reverse your warrior, that's a big inhale, a big transition. Extend your side angle, that's the breath out. Stay here, one breath in. Plant the left hand down, lower through a vinyasa. Inhale, heart shines. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yes, those were quick. Let's pick it up. Left leg up. Knee to left elbow. Inhale, reach. Step it through. Inhale for crescent. Listen, left hand drops. Lean to the left. Reverse your warrior. Remember, big transition. Extend your side angle, reach it forward. Stay here, massive breath in. Plant the right hand, step it back. Vinyasa. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale, yes. Right leg draws long. Let's smooth that out. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift it. Step it through. Inhale, crescent. Right hand drops, lean right. Reverse your warrior, massive inhale. Extend your side angle, stay here, breath in. Hands to the mat, find your way, vinyasa, you lower. Heart's gonna shine. Downward facing dog, left side sweeps up. Knee to left elbow. Inhale, step it through. Inhale for crescent, left hand drops, lean to the left. Reverse your warrior, up and back. Extend your side angle, reach it forward. Stay here, breath in. Right hand down, left hand down, vinyasa, you go. Inhale. Back to downward facing dog. Exhale, yes. Take a couple breaths. We're going to add on to this next round. So we're going to keep the first part. We're just going to add maybe a little balance here. If you're with me, right leg draws up, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. Step it through. Crescent as I rise. Right hand drops, lean right. Reverse your warrior, massive breath. Extend your side angle, reach it forward. Stay here a couple breaths. We're going to add on. And again, transition's just as important here. Let's come back to reverse our warrior. So lift the upper body. Right side body finds some space again. And we're going to turn this into a little balance. So balancing half moon is where we're going. So again, this transition just as important. It is a big one. Right arm reaching. Take your one more inhale. Lean the upper body forward. Shift the weight into that right foot. And if you have a handy block, that might come in handy here as you come into half moon pose. Flex through those left toes. Feel the activation not only through the bottom standing leg, but the activation through the top leg, flexing and pressing that foot back. Left arm reaching up towards the sky, belly engaged. And then wherever that right hand is, on a block or your fingers or on the floor, that's also part of the balancing equation, right? Breathe here. Whew. Last couple breaths. If you're with me, take one more massive inhale. Bend through the bottom knee. Let's land back down. Come back to reverse your warrior. Inhale. Cartwheel the hands down. Find a vinyasa. Lower slow. Inhale to shine the heart forward. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Come back in. Reset. Inhale, left leg's gonna lift. Knee to left elbow. Inhale it up. Step it through. Inhale, I rise. Left arm drops. Lean to the left. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Extend your side angle. Reach it. Stay here. Breathe here. Yes, we're going to add on those couple shapes. So if you're with me, we're extending that right arm forward. We're going to come back to reverse warrior. Lift the upper body. Left arm up and overhead. This is really our prep as we're going to come into taking flight into our half moon pose. So when you're ready, lean forward into that front left foot. Take flight. Left hand to a block or to your fingers. As you flex through the back right toes, you come into balance here. If you fall or if you fell before, doesn't matter. That's a nice thing about doing it at home too. You can fall all you want. There's no one there to watch you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Strong and steady. When you're ready, bend through the bottom knee. Let's land down. Come to reverse your warrior. Massive breath. Cartwheel the hands down. Say goodbye. Lower slow through a vinyasa. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Breathe it out. Stay here strong and steady. Find your downward facing dog. Maybe pedal the feet. We're going to stay in this dog for, maybe about 8 breaths. So I'm going to give you an option to get another side stretch if you'd like it. If you don't need one, you could stay here. You could also come in a child's pose if you needed more of a break. Go ahead and lift onto the tippy toes if you're with me. Drop the heels, both heels over towards the right. Keep both hands pressing into the mat. Find some space through the left side body. Breathe into that left lung. This should feel good. Last couple here. If you're with me, lift back up through center. Go ahead and drop the heels over towards the left this time. Right side body finds some space. Beautiful. On your next inhale, come back to center. If you drop the heels, press the heels back towards center. We got just a little bit more for standing. Right leg's going to draw back up. Playing on what we've already done. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift up. Step the foot through. Come into crescent lunge. Inhale. Right hand drops. Lean towards the right. Come to reverse your warrior. Massive breath in. Extend your side angle. Stay here. Here's where we're going to just switch it up a little bit. If you're with me, start to straighten your front leg. Reverse your triangle this time. If you need to heel toe that back foot in a little bit, you can. So that front right foot, toes are facing towards the front of your mat. Left foot's either at an angle towards the back of your mat, or it could be parallel with the back of your mat. You decide. Right arm reaching up. Breath steady. Right now, again, we're focusing on that right side here. We're going to go ahead and switch that and come to the left side as we come into our next shape. So one more big inhale, reach it. Arms come out wide to a T first. Legs are going to stay the same. Go ahead and reach all the way forward, sending that left hip back. Right hand down either to a block. In fact, I think I am going to grab my block. Or it can come to the ankle, the shin, or the ground there. And first come into triangle pose, left arm up. We're going to add the extension to this. So left arm's going to reach. Take one more inhale, open. Left arm's going to reach all the way up and overhead. And we're going to hold this. And again, if you didn't have a block, you might want to grab a block. That's just up to you. You can absolutely be wherever feels appropriate. But because we're holding, I'm going to use the block today. And we're just going to really find this stretch. If the top arm reaching forward is too much, let's go ahead and bend through that elbow and bring the top arm behind the back. It does simulate some of that sensation as well. So decide what feels best in your body. I'm going to go back to that top arm up and overhead. And then I'm just going to breathe. I'm just going to hang out here, but I'm not dumping into bottom leg, that bottom right arm, I'm still active through that hand, especially if I have the block. I'm still reaching. And then see if you can press your hips forward. Yes, that does add a bit to that side stretch. Let's say 5 more massive breaths. Top arm might be getting a little bit heavy, I know. Last 3, last 2. One more full reach. We're going to come back to reverse your triangle. So left arm, as you lift through the core, drops down, right arm back up and overhead. So this should feel like some relief for that left side. So now we have a bit of compression happening on that left side and the lengthening on the right side. One more inhale. And then rebend the knee. We're going to cartwheel the hands. If you had a block, move it out of your way. And then either vinyasa or just meet us back at downward facing dog. You decide. We're going to take a little bit of a detour before we get to the opposite side. And I promise we're almost there. Shift forward to a plank pose. We're just going to stay in plank pose for a couple breaths. If you want a little bit of addition, we're going to add the sides of our legs, the adductors or abductors. Really both, the inside and the outside edges of our legs. So like the inseam and the outseam of our legs. Go ahead and take the right foot, hover it, and then just bring it out towards the right. Bring it back in. Bring it towards the right. We're just doing a couple of these. 3 more. Yes. Feel the core engage. Press the floor away. Last 2. Last 1. Come back through plank pose. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Whew. Yes. We're almost there. Let's get this last side. Left leg draws long. Knee to left elbow. Inhale, we reach it. Step it through. Inhale for crescent. Left hand drops, lean left. Reverse your warrior. Come all the way to it. Extend your side angle. Reach it all the way forward. Yes, breathe in. Here's that change. Straighten that front leg. Reverse your triangle this time. And find that left arm reaching up and overhead. Right arm drops low. Again, if you needed to heel toe that back foot in again, you could. Just stay. Just breathe. Again, we've played with both sides, right? Contracting and expanding on each side. Come to arms wide to a T. Extend that left arm forward. Send that right hip back. Again, you decide. Left hand to a block, your shin, your ankle, or the floor. I think I'm going to try it a little different without the block on this side. But if you wanted to use that block, you absolutely could. Doesn't have to be the same as it was. When you're ready, top arm's going to reach all the way forward. Remember, we're holding this shape. And this stretch should feel nice. We're lengthening from that right hip through the right side ribs, even the top of that arm, through that armpit there. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, make sure you're not sinking into that bottom right arm. Still active, still engaged to the core. Whew. Yes. Let's give this 5 more rounds of breath. Again, press the hips forward maybe. That might add. If it was too much, back off. But if you needed to add to it, pressing the hips forward typically adds a bit more sensation through that right hip. Breathe. Last 3. Top arm may be getting a little heavy, I know, for 2. Find that last full reach, get a little longer. Slow as you need. Reverse your triangle. Back and up. Left arm drop. Left arm reaches, right arm drops. Breathe. You're almost there. Inhale. Rebend that front knee, cartwheel the hands. Make your way through a vinyasa first. Heart's gonna shine. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. We have that plank pose. Just shift forward right away. Yes. There's only 5 of these. So we're adding those abductors and the adductors really at the same time. Lift and hover that left foot. Press the floor away. As we extend that left foot towards the outside, we abduct. As we bring it in, we adduct. Inhale. Exhale it back. 3 more. Inhale. Bring it back. Yes, you can. Bring it back. Last 2 and 1. Come back to plank. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Woo! And just like that, we're nearing the end. We're going to cool down now. Shift over to a plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Unravel the toes. Bring the hands underneath the forehead and just create a little pillow with the hands. Let the head rest. Just take a couple breaths. Maybe notice the length and even the strength in the side body. Again, not just through the core, but also the head and the neck, the legs. Keep breathing. We're going to turn this into a Sphinx pose. And all that means is we're just going to lift the head up and then bring the forearms onto the mat. And then I like to just slowly let my chest peel through, fingers spreading wide. Some people like to bring a block in between the hands just to kind of energetically feel the hands spreading apart. If you want that, you could absolutely take that. I'm okay here. You decide. Sphinx pose. See if you can feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. See if you can feel the sides of the head and the neck get long. Maybe even notice any space that you created today. Maybe the head and neck feel a little bit longer than they did when you first started. And then especially here, the sides of our midline, our waist, even our ribs. Maybe you notice a little space there. Last 3. Full breath in. Massive breath out. Slowly let the elbows splay out. Hands come back to that pillow. Just rest that head again. From here, we're just going to get a little stretch for the quadriceps, the legs. We didn't touch our legs too much. Definitely focus a little more on the side body, but just nice to round out the practice. From here, we're going to stay on our bellies. Left arm's going to reach forward. And then the right knee's going to bend. We're going to come into what's called a half bow pose. So right knee bent, right hand's going to reach back, and I'm going to catch the outside. Some people like to catch the inside. If that's you, find that. Otherwise, our chest is still centered on the mat. Our knee is still on the mat. We're not lifted up yet. Left hand pressing into the floor. And then take one huge breath in. Stay for the breath out. On your next inhale, left hand's going to stay into the mat. The right foot's going to press into the right hand. And you might start to lift that right knee off the mat. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Yes. Last full breath. Lower back down. Release that right foot, right arm reaches forward, and then slowly bring that left foot into the left hand. When you're ready, take a huge breath in. Stay as you breathe out. Press through that right hand. Press that left foot into the hand and breathe. Maybe lift that left knee. Really still pressing that right foot into the mat behind you. Again, this should feel nice for that quadricep, but it's also a nice little back bend here. A double whammy, right? Always nice to touch multiple body parts and multiple different types of poses. Breathe in. Lower back down. Both hands creating that pillow again. When you're ready, hands come underneath the shoulders. Press through a tabletop position. And then again, just to simply round out our practice, come to a seated pose and bring the soles of the feet together. Go ahead and let the knees open up wide. We're coming into a bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. Go ahead and lift the crown of the head. Inhale. And then exhale, just gently find your degree. A nice small touch for the hips as we start to close out this class. Just breathe. Staying in this shape. Maybe noticing the process of our body cooling down. Still breathing. Last 5 breaths here in this bound angle pose. Maybe notice the breath starting to come back to normal. See if you can hold the breath till the end. We're almost there, I promise. Take one more inhale. Stay there, breathe out. Slow as you need. Gently climb the upper body up. Close the knees like you're closing a book, and then extend one leg at a time to the corners of your mat. Scoot the hips forward and just gently make your way onto your back. Coming into and finding total rest. You need to move any props or blocks out of the way. Take up as much space as you need. And just breathe. Let the breath go, in fact. Finding that normal rhythm. allowing your body to just melt in. Maybe feeling that class through the sides of your body. If you're with me, take a big breath in. Maybe release out the mouth. Gently wiggle the toes and the feet, the fingers and the wrist. Go ahead and take the arms up and overhead. Find a full body stretch. Find that length through the sides of your body that you created. Maybe feeling a little bit taller. Go ahead and make your way onto one side and gently press your way up. We will say that is the official end. Thank you for showing up and sharing your energy with me. Namaste.